Hawaii Volcano Squad is on the air, and this is my Ruger LC380 quick review as my second favorite pistol that I got. Okay, why I like this pistol and why it's my second, not my first. Well, let's see. I like a bunch of stuff about it. The first one is it's small and light enough where you can have it on you all the time, and the pistol you have on you is always going to be your favorite pistol. And this one is, you can actually carry it, and it's truly concealed. I mean, you know, a lot of people there's a lot of pistols that kind of go into the concealed category, but you know, if an experienced eye can detect it just by looking at you, the way you walk. You know, it's pretty easy to see if you know what to look for, I think. And this one, it's small enough so you can be concealed, and it's light enough so it doesn't bother you. You can carry it around your house, you know, wherever you're legally allowed to carry it, and you know, do your dishes. I mean, are you really going to carry a big piece of steel? I mean, maybe some people do, but I don't. I'm not going to carry some huge cannon around all day when I'm washing the dishes or doing household chores. And so, but anyway, I'll go into a few things. The only negative thing about this pistol, since I'm going to give the good, bad, and the ugly, is the cost of the dang magazines from Ruger. They're like $40 a pop. I mean, okay, now when you buy it new, it comes with a 20% discount coupon if you buy accessories. So you know, I bought a couple and just said, screw it, because I really like this Ruger LC380, and that's like the main downside is just, you know, the magazines are the 9mm magazines, except they have a spacer in them. So nobody else makes them. There's no aftermarket, and you know, and they're not exactly always perfect. The spacers, you know, they can be slightly off because they got to be inserted and put in there. So there's going to be variances between them. But let's talk about the good stuff that I like. Okay, it's truly concealable, and it's small enough you don't notice it. It's fun to shoot. The thing I noticed is that, look, I'm not the world's best shooter at all. I'm probably not much above mediocre. But so the two things I can tell you that you have to do when you get this gun is grease it, lubricate it completely, and do not limp wrist this thing, or it will fail to feed. So do those two things and you will not have a problem. Just, you know, get a firm grip on it and lubricate it completely before you even take it out once. Other than you know, do that, and it runs like a charm, and it's really reliable, and it's really fun to shoot because there's not so much recoil on this. The recoil spring on this weapon, it's easy to manipulate the slide. What else? Now the thing is, you know, that I learned being, you know, a mediocre shooter is you know, after you get your grip right, you know, the main thing is with smaller pistols like this, you really have to use muscle memory to find the you know, right sweet spot on your trigger finger to because if you over curl it around, it'll shoot to the right, and if you under curl, it'll shoot to the left. So you got to really find the sweet spot. You can check this out just by dry firing it, and the take up on this pistol is, you know, a first time, you know, when I first got it, it's like, oh my god, this pistol has so much freaking take up. I don't want this thing, you know. And then you realize it's a double action, and you know, if you're going to carry it around loaded, I mean, that's your real safety, because you have to really want to fire this gun for it to go off. There's a lot of take-up on it, and you aren't going to have any, you don't want a really light trigger on something in your pocket you're going to pull out in an emergency. God forbid you actually have to use it on anything but a target in a shooting range or something. So the take-up it's a clean break though, but the take-up, there's a lot of it, and I consider that a safety. And so this thing is over-safetied. It's got a magazine disconnect. It's even got a lock that, I don't use it, but it's got a lock where you can put, Ruger gives you a little lock key. You can stick it in the hole in there and render the whole thing inoperable if you want. If you have children in your house and or apartment and you don't have room for a gun safe or something, you can lock it. Let's see, it's got really good sights. The sights on this thing are like the LC9 pistols. The spring is really slick because the sling is on the LC9. It's stiff, because it's a 9mm on this really small frame, the LC380 isn't, because it's only a 380. You're not going to go to war with this pistol. You're not going to invade a country and carry an LC380. But it can be the pistol you have on you where you're legally allowed to carry it in an emergency. And it'll never bother you because you'll never notice it's there. And there's some pretty good. They have Crimson Trace makes a green laser now. No, wait, check. I think that's Laser Max makes a green laser, and it isn't you do have to, it's not the instant activation, which actually might be nice for this one not to have it, because you don't want it on until you want to press the button, and it goes right where your finger would be on it. It looks really nice. I just spent so much freaking money on my Tavor. I don't know if I need a laser for it, but I might get one. But they do have it in green, and of course the Laser Max is in or the Crimson Trace is in red still, and it's the LC9 fit the LC380 and lasers, same grip. Man, this is long on why I like this pistol. It's really long, but it's fun to shoot because you could shoot it forever. There's no there's like no significant recoil that bother me. It's easy to get follow-up shots. It does have a magazine disconnect that can be kind of annoying, but and it's pretty easy to take down, put back together. Got that little takedown pin on the front. Kind of have to flip it over, press it down. You kind of press it up and then flip it over, and kind of tap on it with the. Anyway, it'll come out. And anyway, there's a lot of videos around people shooting them and stuff, and so my range videos are going to be just a lot of fun, doing crazy stuff. More like an FPS themed. And my reviews, take a picture and tell the people about the good, bad, and the ugly, and so they know what they're getting if they get one of these. And it is my second favorite pistol, and I'll do a video on my first favorite pistol eventually. But this is the one that's always on you, so this is gonna be your favorite pistol. And hey, it's not a target range shooting pistol. This is just the pistol that will save your life in an emergency because you'll have it. And so if with all the caveats that I gave you, the LC9 doesn't really have sights. The LC380 does. And not that you will have time in an emergency to use your sights. And I do suggest practicing in a low light situation with lots of noises and people yelling at you, and so you can stay calm when you have to actually deploy your weapon. But I really like this is just a fun to shoot pistol. No recoil. Keep it lubricated. Keep a strong grip. Remember, with a sweet spot on your finger, you're learning that muscle memory. After you get that down, you should be pretty accurate with it. And what was that? I was just about to say something important about that. Oh yes, small pistols as compared to large pistols is going to be more pronounced, so you really have to get it right. So I got better on my bigger pistols when I got better on this, and I still have a ways to go. So this is my LC380 review. Aloha from the Big Island of Hawaii.